What's going on, good people out there in YouTube land? It's the Masked Man, Mastermind Behind Mental Trip, back with another video. And as always, before we get into anything, please share and hit that subscribe button for me. I greatly appreciate it. In this video, I know I might kind of be getting, or at least it feels like I'm kind of going too hard on the dating stuff, but I do feel like I need to get this out once and for all the fellas out there, especially people who are considered low-tier normies like myself and sub-5 individuals. Low-tier normies are people who are like a 6 on the scale of 1 through 10, and then sub-5 is obviously. If you find yourself on that end of the scale, definitely stick around to see what I'm about to say. What I want to say is, stop taking advice from Chad and Tyrone when it comes to dating. You will be sadly disappointed. Chad and Tyrone live completely different lives from you and I. Although it's entertaining to watch them walk the streets of Miami or whatever popular night spot in Vegas and shit when everybody's out and pulling chicks left and right, what they do doesn't reflect real life. Us average Joes, we don't experience that. So taking advice from them is kind of on the strange side because they live life on easy mode. They have a physique, a height, a look that most chicks are going for, so it's fairly easy for them to pull chicks no matter where they go. And if they're not actively pulling them, they're getting looks and stares and follows and looks and stares on top of follows. So like, we don't live that life. If you want to watch them and be entertained, go right ahead. I myself like to see it done, you know what I'm saying? Because we know what's going to happen in the end, but we're still rooting for them, and it's interesting to watch. And this is a perfect analogy. I'm going to go on a really nerd tangent, but it makes sense when you hear it. I watch a lot of like video game walkthroughs and playthroughs, and one thing that's big in that category of videos is called TAS. TAS means tool assisted. So while it's impressive to watch somebody beat a video game and win with flying colors, if it's tool assisted, it's not truly that impressive. So it's cool to watch them get through it and make it to the end and beat the final boss, but it's tool assisted, so you're kind of sort of cheating. It's the same thing as with Chad and Tyrone when they pull chicks off the street. They're living a tool assisted life. I would be more impressed to watch your average Joe, somebody that's 5'9" or shorter, pulling chicks on the street. I'm much more apt to hear what he has to say, hear his advice. Because from Chad and Tyrone, it's similar to just bro advice. It's just do this, just be yourself, just be natural, just be comfortable, just this and that. Well, if you're a low tier normie like myself or a sub 5, you can't pull off no just bro advice when it comes to pulling chicks off the street, especially with a cold approach. It ain't gonna happen. You can't just bro anything. It's not really fruitful when it comes down to receiving useful advice from Chad and Tyrone. I much rather watch the 5'9" or 5'8" guy pull chicks. He's gonna be a realistic representation of what I myself, or maybe a sub 5. I can't really speak for sub 5s because they got it real bad. But like, he experienced much realer results. He experienced way more rejections. And if a chick is interested, it seems a lot more genuine because she's not just looking at somebody that's 6'5" with a handsome face and he's 215 pounds with a decent build and shit like that. Like, I'm not saying stop watching Chad and Tyrone, but as far as taking advice from them, I would kind of fall back from it. But let's get really serious. A group of people that you really truly need to stop taking advice from is anybody who considers themselves to be an alpha male. Alpha male at this point is embarrassing. If you call yourself that, please reconsider your direction in life. Alpha male, they have an unrealistic set of parameters to meet in order to be considered one. It's all a joke now, and if you listen to them, you're pretty bad off, which is probably what they look for. Even watching Chad and Tyrone, a lot of these dudes who hang on to what these people say are probably bad off in life because men are not happy right now. So Mr. Alpha Male knows to prey on these people because, and you know I like to introduce a darker thing, a lot of males now in this generation are growing up without fathers. They don't have male role models. They don't have a solid male figure to look up to. So like, it's almost destined for them to find the alpha male and latch onto him like he's their dad. I grew up with a father, you know what I mean? So like, I know what to and what not to look at when it comes to a honorable man, and a damn sure ain't no alpha male who's telling you that you need to hit the gym, you need to be making $10,000 an hour, you need to be fucking 50 girls a week, you need to hit the gym, you need to be bald with a beard, you need to be tatted up and swollen there. That's not an alpha male. That's an idea. That is an image. Living in in the gym and fucking 50 bitches a week is not no alpha male. You know who was an alpha male? Your father. Somebody that provided for the family, that made people feel safe, who was available and present when you needed to talk to him, who gave sound advice from when he was growing up. Not somebody who did a prison stint and now he's swole because he's on roids and he treats people like shit. That's not an alpha male. Like I said, it's an image. You know what I mean? You're not going to be happy fucking 50 bitches in a week, working 160 hours, not finding any time to sleep just to afford a Lambo and a Ferrari and live on Miami Beach. You think that's going to really bring you happiness because you're overworking yourself and you're swole with a beard and bald-headed? No. If you had a father in your life and people who had fathers that were present that they could go to, they'll tell you way quicker than anybody else that is an alpha male. Not somebody who roid rages and cusses at you and calls you a pussy because they don't meet the parameters set forth by said alpha male. Alright? Alpha male to me is starting to be an embarrassment. If you consider yourself that, please unconsider yourself that, because it's not influential and your advice now is starting to be corny and just cheesy. Alright? So, stop taking advice from Tyrone and Chad. It's not real. More normies need to come out with their videos or be encouraged to make one after seeing this, although not too many people are going to see it. And the low tier normies to start making videos on how they deal with and navigate the dating field, way opposed to Chad and Tyrone. And definitely not Mr. Alpha Male, alright? Let me know what you think in the comments below. That's going to bring this video to a close. Again, it's the Masked Man, Mastermind Behind Mental Trip. You know that YouTube lingo. Like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next one, I'm going to holler at y'all. Deuces. Peace.